Hello everyone, I am Wario. Nope, I'm not. Hello everyone, I am Pied Piper, and today I'm gonna talk about something that I like, music. We all like music. Some people actually don't like music, like I don't really like movies or TV shows. We are all weird. Well, talking about weirdness, today is gonna be a really fitting day, because weirdness is all I've got. Today, I'm talking about Beach Boys' Adult Child. It's gonna be a ride, so put your seatbelt on and put your Mama's Got Shortening Bread CD on loop, because it's gonna get crazy. Beach Boys. This is one of the rare bands that I can only describe as an iceberg band. Either you know surfing, or you know the cocaine sessions, and you know what... what was the fucking song? Hey Little Tomboy is. Don't go deep, please don't go deep. Anyways, the Beach Boys are a truly fascinating band. They're an American band. They're mostly a family band consisting of Brian Wilson, Carl Wilson, Dennis Wilson, Mike Love, Al Jardine, Bruce Wilson, and there were added members and one left and stuff like that. But basically, that's the main cast that we have here. And let's just tell you this. Let's just start telling the tale of Adult Child. Now, to give you the quick rundown of what Adult Child is, it's an unreleased album that was led by Brian Wilson. Wait. Brian Wilson? Oh yeah, what has he been doing? Well, Brian Wilson is the main guy who wrote all the Beach Boys bangers that you know, like Good Vibrations, Surfer Girl, Fun Fun Fun, and of course Mike Love contributed some, although he said a lot contributed, but Mike Love, I don't know, you're a meanie jelly beanie. Anyways, so basically Brian Wilson is the main mastermind behind the Beach Boys, or at the start he was. And he, after listening to Rubber Soul, he's like, I need to one-up that. He made Pet Sounds, which is regarded as one of the best albums ever. And then he said, I need to one-up that. And then he started making Smile, which is one of the best albums ever created. It's one of the most released and yet unreleased Beach Boys albums ever. But yes, Pet Sounds, Smile is an album that I really love. I personally listen to the Brian Wilson Presents, the better version in my opinion. And Smile never came out because in '67, Brian Wilson had so much steam for making Smile, yet it never delivered. And it left the band in an awkward position, and they started to have to fend for themselves. And a popular story goes that since then till 1976, Brian Wilson was like, and then I went to sleep. Well, he wasn't really sleeping actually. He was more like doing drugs and sleeping. I mean, after that, he was starting living a very life, eating a lot of food. And that's why we get Brian in an unhealthy state where he could just basically die any moment. And it's not like he didn't even contribute to the band. He did lead the albums of Friend and Sunflower. He did participate in those a lot, which are one of their best albums. But mostly, in those time period, the band really had to just write themselves. Until the Beach Boys released their greatest hits in 1976, which was a banger. It revitalized the nostalgia for the simpler times, the better times, or what nostalgia is. Basically, everyone was like, the Beach Boys are back. They're so cool, and they're gonna play Help Me Rhonda for the 105th time. And this time, Brian is like, I want to sleep, man. But there's this new psychiatrist, Dr. Eugene Landy. Now, it's basically their last hope. Brian had a lot of people trying to help him, but Brian... the drugs were too good, basically. But Dr. Eugene Landy took on a weird experimental approach, and it worked. Brian stopped being a mole rat. He started to be a human. And Brian Wilson was alive again. It was hard, but he is alive again. And one of the mains that do Dr. Eugene Landy motivated him to say, write songs about anything. Do what you're good at. And that's how I Love You came about. I Love You was Beach Boys like, okay, Brian, you want to do this again? Can we get some bangers? Ding, dang, dang, woo, ding, and a ding. Sometimes I feel terrible. I feel terrible for the other Beach Boys. Brian was a wild card at 24/7, okay? At 24/7, I meant said 9/11. No, not 9/11. What the fuck? At 7/11. Oh, wow. Anyways, basically, Brian wrote I Love You, which is basically just Brian Wilson. And it's not to say that I Love You is a bad album. It's a really mixed album. Either you love the weirdness of it, or you think it's your weird uncle, and the song I Want to Pick You Up really disturbs you, which even it disturbs me. Please don't look up what I Want to Pick You Up is about. It's the worst mistake of my life. But I mean, hey, the album is still good, and there are banger tracks like I Bet He's Nice, The Night Was So Young, Airplane. Now, when does the adult child happen? I want to hear the album. Wait there. So Brian was really motivated at writing songs, so he grinded the album out. He was like, before he was released, Brian was like, it's time to work on another album. And he already had a name, Adult Child. And that's where the album commences. Adult Child is another unreleased Beach Boys album. The reason I say Beach Boys is because Brian Wilson couldn't do, in my opinion, or couldn't give the sound or the feeling of it if there were no Beach Boys. So in my opinion, the Beach Boys are a vital part of this album and any album really, Pet Sounds or Smile, no matter how much they actually contribute. But now we're gonna talk about Adult Child. The album kicks off, Life is for the Living, and it features one of the best starting lines ever. Don't sit around your ass or with your, I don't know, and don't do crack. It's basically Brian saying, I'm back in this bitch, okay? I'm ready to do this shit, okay? I'm back. Big man Brian is back, and we're ready to cook, okay? And it's a big broad ways. I'm not really into it, because for me, how albums work is I slowly like uncover songs, and I slowly uncover more songs that I listen to. And I really wanted to do this video because it's really fascinating for me to listen to. So I'm not really listening to this song that much, but it's a big Broadway and it starts off kind of calmly. And then it's dun dun live, dun 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 is for the living, dun dun dun. It's big, it's bussin', it's everything. And Broadway seems to be a thing that's been Brian mind, because there's a song called later on called On Broadway. This song is kicking ass. And we're ready, and it's a Broadway-like song. I mean, maybe I'll uncover it and I'll love it later and I have much more, but for right now, it's a pretty fire track. Now, for the next two tracks, I don't really have a lot to say. Listen, as I said, for me, how albums work is I uncover one track and I'm like, ooh, this track is good. I listen to it, I disappoint, but slowly I like it more and more. So it could happen to those tracks. We don't really know how happening, but I'll have a commentary on other tracks. So currently, I think we can just skip off, but I've listened to them. They're neat. I like it. I like, in my opinion, Maxwell Roswell. Or that's what I said. Oh, Marilyn Roswell. I like it better. Okay, so skipped out the two tracks that may be really crucial that I know nothing about, but now it's Help is on the way, which is a track about being healthy. It kind of is about vegetables, like esque type of song where they talk about being healthy and don't eat bad food, and it's clearly like a thing that's kind of still on Brian's mind, since being healthy is a thing that fascinated him. I mean, he first uncovered it in the Smile sessions. I don't know how much he's been thinking about it, but Help is on the way is a pretty nice track. You know, I like the backing vocals so good. The triple tune, that one goes so hard, you know. And it's about, you know, becoming healthy and how it's good. And to be honest, for an unhealthy person like me, fuck man, I wanna tell you my favorite vegetable, you know. But yeah, the track is really great. I prefer the Sunflower Sessions one more. And by the way, the whole I should have probably said this earlier. Oh no, the whole Adult Child that I'm gonna be talking about today is volume 128 or volume 128 2024 mix, which is how I enjoy my Adult Child. There are variations, they had songs, they're move songs, but this is how I enjoy it, and I will post a link in the description. Go check it out. It's really good and you should really listen to it, please. Up's on the way. It's a pretty banger track. I like it, you know. H-E-L. It features the Beach Boys. I just love it. Brian takes what the Beach Boys are good at, slaps his idea and slaps what he's thinking about, and makes it good. That's what Brian is really here, and I really like the track, you know. As I said, the backing vocals, the triple tune. The next track is gonna be a one I'm gonna talk about all along. It's called It's Over. And the one featuring here is not my favorite version of It's Over. Now, what is even It's Over about? Well, see, while this whole album was being made, the whole marriage thing for Brian was going bad. And Brian, you know, how do I really put this? His wife was gonna leave him, man. And Brian kind of sensed it, kind of smelled it, so he's like, the flame of love we had is finally gone. I mean, mostly understand why Marilyn left Brian. I mean, he was not the best husband. The fucking album's called Adult Child, and Brian kind of was an adult child, and that's not to say that he's a terrible person. He was obviously raised not well. He had an abusive father when he was young. There was a lot of pressure put on him, and you know, he was not being in the best state at all. So in my opinion, it's a fault of all of those, and I understand Marilyn's decision. And go slay, girl. Then I'm gonna be a band. The Beach Boys Circle would be very mad at me, isn't it? Now, in my opinion, the whole this track is one of Brian's really beautiful track. It has the lyrics that are so poetic at its peak, and there are actually multiple versions I want to talk about. So let's start talking about the version on this album. This one is very 80s-ish in my opinion. The slowness and I think this is Carl singing, if I'm correct. Singing, it's so beautiful, it's slow, and it kind of feels slooby-jooby to me a little bit, but slooby-jooby is not bad. And Marilyn actually sings on a track. She sings the heaven is far away. You know, that part, if I'm correct. And overall, in my opinion, it's a really beautiful track. But I don't really like this mix of it. Come closer. One random day, while I was thinking about this track, a video popped up. What was the video called? I forgot. Professional YouTuber, come on. The video is called It's Over, Brian Wilson cover by Josh Isn't Gaming. And Josh isn't gaming for a reason, because he's fucking cooking. I'm sorry, but he created the definitional cover of this song. And also, he gave a cool lore rundown at the start. But he gave such a great cover. I recommend you listening to it. It features the Phil Spector-esque, with the sound of Phil Spector-esque type of production, which I love and adore. I mean, I have a door, but still. It is so beautiful, and in my opinion, the album version is good, but like, fuck, dude, this kind of triumphs it. And his overall voice and the harmonies are really great, so please check out this, and also, by the way, this has only 2.3k views. My videos where I talk about Age of History 3 get more views. Please check it out. Like, look at it. Look, it's there. God. Anyways, It's Over is a beautiful track, and it sounds like defeat. It sounds like Brian knows he's in a terrible situation, and which kind of he created himself, but still, he knows that he fucked up, and you know, it's Jover. There's nothing we can do. Damn, that's a downer, but I guess everybody wants to live. Well, it's the next track, which is kind of a slooby-jooby, which I like how it goes. I like the instrumental of this. I don't know how to doodle it, but like, it's like really like cool in my opinion. And I like how it didn't mix it. It sounds still kind of like a demo to me, but it's still really good. Everybody Wants to Live is talking about living, so I'll be completely honest, I never understood the first line of this track. I mean, I'll try to listen to it. The cigarette butt would join in my water. But the trick is you shouldn't be left. Or shouldn't I? Well, it's talking about wanting to live, and I may not understand the lyrics, but I clearly get the vibe. I mean, you don't need to always understand the lyrics, and the genius about Brian is the fact that in his smile work, he's really good at not telling you what the song's about. He's really good at talking about something that gives you the vibe of the song being about something. Does that make really sense? So Brian Wilson, so Brian Wilson wouldn't say the house is on fire. Brian Wilson would say something that would make you think of the house is in the fire. So he wouldn't say the house is in fire. He would mutilate it in a way so that it makes you think the house is in fire, and it works. And I think he did it with the first line here, which, in my opinion, it's really impressive way to write like lyrics, and it gives you the picture of something. It gives you feeling without saying what it is, which I love, I appreciate. And in the Smile works that he has done, which I love that album, he clearly used that mechanic tool a lot, and it really works here. And this whole song feels like just wanting to have some fun, feeling like it's not been going great, you just want to have some fun, and he even said that in the song. It also talks about like how there's like, what is it, polluting air, you know? We're all choking on the air that we breathe now. Fucking such a good song. I love. And of course, how could I not love Everybody Wants to Live Just Once? That part, it goes hard. I love that part. I don't know, it just stuck in my head, you know. I'm crazy. I'm talking about shortening bread. I love that part. I love this whole song, and this is one of my favorite songs off the album. And that ends with side A, or it ends the side A. Yeah, end of side A. What's the next song of side A? Mama's little baby shortening bread. Yeah, I guess we're making to that song. The Beach Boys' Legacy. The most beloved song by Brian. Shortening bread and the version of it, Ding Dang. Now you might say, Piper, what the fuck are you yapping about? Now, let me give you a little tale of how shortening bread is so crucial. If you know what shortening bread is, you probably know that it's an old American folk song, right? But to Brian, the song meant a lot more different. To him, it's kind of spiritual in the way that the melody goes kind of around and it spins. Especially you can hear it in the ding dang dang, woo, ding in a ding dang, in the ding dang version on the I Love You album. And oh my god, dude, I first time ever hearing ding dang, I was like, what the fuck, this sounds ass. Hearing in Shorten and Bread, I was like, okay, this is kind of groovy. And the 50th time I listened to Shorten and Bread, I understood Brian. This track goes hard, and Brian makes it go hard. Because okay, I would never listen to the fucking Mama's little baby like shortening, Mama's little baby like shortening bread. I would never listen to the fucking Juju looking bitch ass. I would listen to slip on the lid, step on the lid, daddy's gonna make us some shortening bread. That. And oh my god, it's like so stuck in my head. Mike Love going, Mama's little baby love shortening, Mama's little baby love shortening bread. And then Carl with his manly ass voice just singing it out of top of his lungs. Slip on the lid, slip on the lid, daddy's gonna give us some shortening bread. And that ain't old, it's great. And when I love it, and Mike Love just singing, there's the background vocals like shortening bread. The background, this track goes hard. And of course, the synth, the everything, it goes hard. There's a reason why there's a 12-minute version about it. It's insane how I understand Brian insanity even a little bit. This track, I love it. It's so groovy, it's so woovy, and my god, I want a groovy. That didn't make sense. Like, why does Brian Wilson cook so much? I mean, he's cooking so much because he didn't have no one at his house to cook. Oh no, my dear, this is extremely not good, my dear. Wow, Shortened Bread is a banger, and sure, it's a classic of Brian, and there's a reason why he kept re-innovating it since 2018, where Mike Love actually innovated. You know, Mike Love got the Mama's little baby like shortening, Mama's little baby like shortening bread stuck in his head too. The next song track is called Lines, which it's a sweet track. I like it, you know, and I there's not much lot to say. It's just like a really nice piano track. To be honest, I also don't understand what it's really about, but it's really nice, and I like the she's gonna that part is really great. I love that part. My god, just this, man, just my ding ding ding. It's a nice track that leads into On Broadway. This track is just Brian talking about how he loves Broadway, and I'll let him talk more, to be honest. It's a track that I didn't really like at start because it felt kind of weird to me. Like he says, they say that everything is something on Broadway, on Broadway. That's how the whole track basically goes. And I mean, I didn't really enjoy it, but something just started to click with it, dude. I love this track. It's like such a nice track to like. It slowly gradually more like just talking about how cool Broadway is, and it kind of sounds like a Broadway, like something like that. But fuck it, man. I let Brian speak more. I love this track. I love listening to it. It's kind of fun that it gets like gradually just more and more. Say that something is something on Broadway, on Broadway. And this would be a great track to make a parody of, to be honest. I love it. Yeah, that track was crazy. But then it has Calendar Girl, which is there's a track that kind of sounds like it a little bit later, which I like more. But Calendar Girl is pretty fine. It's kind of like Brian like reminiscing on his, what is it, talking about months and how the year, like, listen, man, as I said, I have no really clue what he's yapping about. They're talking about months, like March, I'm gonna march, something, like, I really don't know, but I don't know, man. It just sounds neat to me, okay? I like it, but there's a song, I think, what is it? Oh yeah, the next song is one that I prefer that sounds like this one. But Calendar Girl is fine. I think I will like it a lot more if I keep on listening to it, but to be honest, it's a nice track. I think I'll have more to say later, but yeah, I like it. Then we have it's trying to say Baseball's On, which is so great. Dennis Wilson with his fucking broken ass voice singing the best, and the doo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo. That thing that goes through the whole track is amazing. And the baseball's on, baseball's on. I love it. Okay, it's so amazing. This is one of my favorite tracks, and I like how it goes. You know, it's like it should have been a single release of this album if this album ever came out. And like for me, that I never understood, did the Beach Boys not like listen to this shit or something? This goes hard. They recorded this. They were there. When didn't they hear when he sang "I shortened it bread" for the 105th time? I got it. We released the album. Like, come on, man. I don't get it. You know, it to me, like, this is good. Why wouldn't you at least release it? It's not like you're in a it's not like you don't have things to release. Please release this. This goes hard neither way. Okay, I love it. I love it. Baseball is fucking on. Okay, and I don't even play baseball. Then there's a track that I don't really like. It's called Our Team. Is it hot as hell in here, or is it me? I don't want to listen to Our Team. I do not like this track. I don't. It sounds like it's Baseball's On, but done a lot worse, in my opinion. It just doesn't sound good. The whole I don't know, there's something about that I don't like. The give it our best is the part I kind of like, but I don't know, dude. I don't know vibe with this. You too? Hey fans, what are your opinions, right? Well, what is your opinion? They don't talk a lot. I wonder what. And I wonder what it means. I don't know. In my opinion, this track just doesn't click. These three tracks sound... I would rank it as Baseball's On, Calendar Girl, and Our Team on the bottom. But unless I start liking Our Team, then I don't think... The next track is an absolute banger, and I'm surprised that it was never released. It's called Still Dream. And oh my god, did they seriously not release... Like, come on. It was released on like a Brian album where he played the piano, but this version is so hard. Like, and it's a shocker to me to think that like the Beach Boys like didn't you really not put it like this track. It's so good. What this track is talking about that he still dreams of being in a relationship. Like, and the lyrics are so beautiful. It's like a dream that's somehow linked to all the stars at night. Like, in that line, it hits. And it kind of, to be honest, currently the way that I'm feeling in life kind of relates to that song, like, you know, and it's insane to me to think that like Brian like wrote this. This is like him. This is so fire, Brian. What the flip, bro? If he started Life is for the Living to say I'm kicking ass, he fucking delivered, dude. Because my god, I am so appalled that this was like not released. Maybe it was, and you need to tell me about it. Maybe on one of those 80s albums that they did. But like, please, like, I wanna like it sounds so good. It sounds like it has such an instrumental, and the bar and and there are some like lines that are kind of like weird. Like when I was young, my mother told me Jesus loved the world. That's true. Why hasn't he given me a girl to love, or something like that? Like, that line is like feels so personal from Brian Wilson, in my opinion. And that's the thing about him that the most of the Beach Boys I don't think have, is the fact that Brian Wilson expresses his emotion. And expressing his emotions, people can relate to it. Brian Wilson's like, man, he just talks about stuff, you know? Like in the Beach Boys I Love You track, I Bet He's Nice, he just talks about that he has insecurities, and he knows he's not the best, and stuff like that. He is open, he doesn't really have a lot to hide. I mean, think about where he is, you know, at point. He's kicked down. Wife is leaving him. The Beach Boys, after hearing I Love You, were like, man, this is weird, and if it's not selling, then cancel. Or maybe not all the Beach Boys, maybe the Wilsons liked it, because I Love You was very close between Wilsons, but Mike Love, son of a gun, he always messes with the formula creator. I hate him. Anyways, but in my personal opinion, this is such a beautiful track, and I'm surprised that this never got released, and if the whole album was asked, I would recommend you listening to it for just it. So what are my favorite songs? Well, I think this is my top. It's Over Now and Everybody Wants to Live Just Once, or Everybody Wants to Live, I forgot what it's called. Then will be Baseball's On and Life is for the Living. Would be my kind of top picks right now, and all the other songs are kind of like at the bottom. But in my personal opinion, this is a very fascinating album with a very fascinating story. I would love for you all to, if there are any Beach Boys songs, none of you are, this is mostly new information. But if there are, please recommend me some videos where I can learn, or some sites maybe where I can learn more about, adult child and stuff like that, because I want to learn about it. It's pretty cool, and maybe I can do an update video correcting all the mistakes I have here, because I know I have them. See, you know, I know, okay? Shut up, you. Anyways, I hope you like these yapping videos. If you don't, then oh damn, really? Ooh, I'm sorry. I forgot to react. I forgot to act like I give a shit. What? Anyways, but it's alright. I don't really care. If you don't like these, then it's fine, man. Unlike a lot of people, I can understand when you have a different opinion. What? New meta just dropped! Anyways, hope you like these videos. If you want me to talk about more Beach Boys albums, then I will. Oh, I thought it actually. Boing 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 boing. Anyways, hope you like this video. Remember, like and subscribe, and everybody's got to live just once. And everybody watching this must like and subscribe and watch all of my video. I wanna bang an intro. Oh yeah, this is an intro. Yeah, so what's up, guys?